You are on pointing. I'm on pointing? Does that mean I'm on pointing? Yo, Alvarez, how you doing, man? All right, okay, let's get this live going ASAP. I was like, what is going on, bruv? What is going on? I've literally just come back. Honestly, just... Okay. I haven't even had a chance to look at anything at the moment. All right, let's look at this. There we go.
Inflation will return closer to what it's always been. I mean, it used to be, for many, many years, it was negative. And then, you know, the year before tariffs came in,
what's up?
Zero,
I don't know if I can show this on TikTok.
Like
if you guys want to see it, you guys need to go to...
And so that's kind of, goods inflation is running at 2%. So that's not coming from standard Phillips curve restrictive restrictive policy. It's coming from the runoff of a one-time thing. We also think it's important, though, to keep policy either mildly restrictive or, close to that, but not too restrictive because of the weakness in the downside risk in the labor market.
All right, okay, good.
We are balancing these two goals in a situation where the risks to the labor market
why
are to
there's
the
so
downside,
many? What
which
is?
would call for
Type it up for Alvarez. I'm thinking, how many? Why there's so many Alvarez? I don't know. I'm just copying all the time. I don't know what else to say.
So we're in a difficult situation.
Why are you asking me that question?
Our framework calls on us
I don't know why
to
they copy
balance
me.
the risks, and we feel like where we are
Yo,
now,
what's
which is
up?
kind of on
Come on,
that borderline, the higher borderline of restrictive versus.
Am I frozen? Is it working?
Restrictive. We feel like that's the right place to be.
Dump coming soon, man. We got the dump perfectly, absolutely perfectly.
People who think that it hasn't come down very much, if at all, over the past year. If wage growth has come down, if the labor market has loosened, why has non-housing services inflation maybe been slower to follow?
That's a good question. It's frustrating. Labor non-housing services they basically moved sideways for a year. They're at the same level, and we do expect that they will come down. But it's a bunch of idiosyncratic things. But at the same time, that is one of the things we should be seeing, because to your point, the labor market is clearly not a source of inflationary pressures, and that should really matter for non-housing services, but we're not seeing progress there. So we do, what we expect for next year is continued, what we want to see for this year rather, is continued progress on housing services, finally seeing that, the goods inflation come back down because the one-time effects of tariffs are through, and then also get some help from non-housing services. That's what we'd like to see. But it's a good question why we didn't see much of that last year.
Edward.
Thanks, Chair Powell. Edward Lawrence with Fox Business. So in December, we saw employment numbers revised down to negative 17,000. January revised down. February posted a loss of 92,000. Is the employment side a far greater risk than the inflation side? Because we are seeing inflation, CPI is close to 2%. PCE has ticked down overall.
It's really, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that that's clear at all, that one is more at risk than the other. So you can point to the unemployment rate being stable, and
this is the right FOMC, right? Must be.
Supply and demand for workers have come down very, very sharply.
I missed the beginning as well.
Due to immigration policy, largely.
This is the right one, right?
The ratio is going to be a better thing to look at than job creation, for example. So, and the ratio is the unemployment rate, and it's been stable.
Yeah,
since
this is the right one.
That tells you that.
The Federal Reserve, yeah, it's this one.
Inflation, you can. We're
that's right. All right. Okay.
3.0% core. Inflation 2.8% headline. So we've been well above the 2%. That amount, whatever it is. 0.7, 0.8, or a full percentage point above 2% for some time, and that's a concern. We need to get back down to 2%.
Can you guys hear, by the way?
Focused on that, even though we do now face some new inflation from energy. So I'd be hard pressed to say that.
Yeah, he said the economy is doing well. Yeah.
Than the other.
And if I may, what happens if there's no Federal Reserve chairman confirmed on May 15th? Would you stay on?
So if my successor is not confirmed by the end of my term as chair, I would serve as chair pro tem until he is confirmed. That is what the law calls for. That's what we've done on several occasions.
I'm longing.
Involving me, and it's
Be
what
careful
we're
with
doing
that,
in this situation. And while I'm at it, on the question,
I thought it was at 7:30 as well.
The investigation is ongoing. I have no intention of leaving the board until the investigation is well and truly over, with transparency and finality. And I would refer you to the statement that was in the Fed's brief that you all have seen, and I won't have anything more for you on that. On the question of whether I will then continue to serve as a governor after my term ends and after the investigation is over, I have not made that decision yet. And I will make that decision based on what I think is best for the institution and for the people we serve.
He's definitely staying. He's definitely staying. He's definitely staying. There's no way he's not staying.
Say on those issues, by the way.
Hey, Mr. T, how you doing?
Thank you very much. Claire Jones from the Financial Times. People have drawn quite a few historical parallels with the current situation. We've seen oil price shocks in the past. Some people have said the first Gulf War and the Fed's response to that, where there was a focus on the growth risks, is the right parallel.
Time change. All right, yeah, that makes sense.
Would you agree with that, and to what extent do you think we're in a different place today? Thank you.
You know, it's really hard to say until we see the situation, the actual situation. In some circumstances, that might be the right case. In fact, for example, if we do see the kinds of disinflationary progress that we expect to see due to tariffs that I mentioned, I think it's hard to say, and it will depend to some extent on the size and duration of the effects we're seeing on prices, and it will depend a lot on what we can see in inflation expectations.
And just one follow-up, if I may, just on the BLS report that was mentioned briefly there. It doesn't seem from the projections or from the comments you've made today about the unemployment rate and focusing on that your view on the labour market story, to a large part being a supply-side story, has changed despite the quite negative number in February. Would that be the right take, and was there anyone else in the room who thought differently, and that the February jobs report was cause for concern?
Yeah.
So I think you have to take the two together. You know, in a way.
No, the UK time didn't change.
The January report was a positive surprise, and the February report was a negative surprise. If you put them together, you get something in the middle, and I think you have to really, as you do, I'm sure, realize there were
the hours worked. I did an
strike,
amazing video about it today, and TikTok didn't push it out. You guys didn't watch it or something. You guys should definitely check that video of mine.
Notwithstanding that, so what do you see if you take a step back overall? There are a number of indicators that suggest a degree of stability, but the thing that I think good number of people on the committee are concerned about is just the very, very low level of job creation. If you adjust what has been the trend job creation over the past, let's say, 6 months, if you adjust that for what we think, our staff thinks, is the overstatement due to overcounting, effectively there's zero net job creation in the private sector.
Wow.
But actually, that looks like that's about what the economy needs in terms of dealing with very, very low, non-existent, really, growth in the labor force, which, of course, we've never had in our history. So you've got a sort of a zero.
Did he just say it's good that we don't have any job creation?
Yeah, that's balance, okay, but I would say it does have a feel of downside risk, and it's not kind of a really comfortable balance. So. We look at that, we see it, we get it, and I mean everybody understands the arithmetic, and that's you can say the break even is zero, but nonetheless it's something we're watching carefully, and are concerned about. But ultimately, though, you can argue that
the Times say it changed them all. Everyone missed
policy, which is really the changes to immigration.
Good in sense that curbs inflation. Yeah, it's true.
But
it's very true. These
something
tariffs and immigration issues have hit the U.S. Yeah, it's slowly layering on. That's the problem.
Thanks, Chair Powell. The economy's experienced a series of supply shocks in the last few years, COVID, tariffs, 2 oil price shocks. Do you think that is bad luck, or has something changed in the world that makes supply shocks more common, and does the central bank need to start taking into account the risk of supply shocks as a more common problem?
We did go through a long
That's
period
amazing.
where the
Is it
shocks
bad
were
luck?
demand shocks.
I wonder what it is. I wonder what it is. What is this bad luck he's talking
It's just
about?
a very different thing, and a very much more difficult thing, because it does.
No one
raise
could
the
know what
question
this
of,
bad luck is.
Tension between the two parts of our mandate. But it has the world changed. I mean, COVID is a one-time thing, right? This energy supply shock is a one-time thing. It's not because of some broad tendency or anything, I don't think. And the oil shock with Ukraine was also a consequence of military action. So I don't know that the world has changed in a way that there'll be no
Say
supply
it!
shocks. But, there's people have written that paper and that speech a number of times. A number of people have tried to make the case that that is the case. And in fact, we have seen more supply shocks in the last 5 years than we've seen in many years before that. It's a fact.
Okay.
Say it!
You said last year that the Fed was reviewing its communication strategies, including the
Say
S&P as
it!
part of its framework review. Whatever happened to that? And I have like 5 follow-ups to that, but I guess, what would you change about Fed communications if you had the time? Thanks.
What happened about that was not much, and I'll tell you why. So, we looked carefully at many aspects of the SEP and of our communications, and there weren't any ideas that had very broad support on the committee. And you don't want to make a change to your communications unless you have the committee behind that. So we didn't really make any changes on that. I had hoped that they had some things that I wanted to do, but they didn't attract broad support, and we'd already made all the changes
Eli, I know
we
what you
made to
mean.
the framework. That was a critical thing. So we didn't. And I wish we had been able to do some things, but we didn't. So maybe the next chair will take a look. I'm sure he will.
Michael McKee from Bloomberg Television and Radio. The minutes show in January some members of the committee wanted to include a two-sided guidance on policy. Was that discussed today? And given the rise in the inflation expectations, how much support for a two-sided policy warning would there be?
None.
So it did come up today. The policy the possibility rather that our next move might be an increase did come up at the meeting, as it did at the last meeting. The vast majority of participants don't see that as their base case, and of course we don't take things off the table. But you correctly characterized, what was in the minutes that several participants indicated, and something very much like that conversation did happen. What was your second question, though?
I was just one question.
I like the way
there,
he
but,
brushed over
follow-up
that.
would
Oh
be,
my God.
There are a lot of goods besides oil.
Oh my
that are
God.
trapped in
I don't like the
States
way you
right now,
brushed
and
over
a lot
that.
of supply chains getting snarled. How much concern do you have about whether, if this becomes an inflation problem beyond just oil, whether there's anything you can do about it or would do about it, given the
What can you do?
efficacies of monetary policy?
You can
What's he
worry
gonna
about
do?
other commodities. You can worry about all of the ways that oil-related commodities go into manufacturing and that kind of thing. The truth is, it's completely out of our hands, and we just,
He
like
can't do
everybody else, we
anything.
have
What
to just
do you
wait
want him to do? There's
and-
nothing he
and
can do.
see what happens, and it'll come down to how long, the current situation lasts, and then what are the effects on prices, and then how do consumers react and that kind of thing. Really, I wouldn't speculate in any way, and there's really not a lot we can do other than kind of watch and see.
Maria Luisa.
Afternoon, Chair Powell. Maria Luisa Capurro with Bloomberg News. I wanted to ask you, you've said longer-term measures of inflation expectations reflect confidence that the Fed will get back to its 2% goal, but there are some colleagues of yours who have pointed to higher dispersion in household service, in business services as well. So, and that they take as a signal that inflation expectations may be less sticky than in the past. I'm wondering if there was a discussion around that at this meeting, across the committee, and what were the views of what is the state of inflation expectations and the risks from higher oil and gas prices.
So, at this meeting,
I'd love to show it, but I don't think
people mentioned
TikTok will
and-
allow it,
and
even though other
staff
channels are
briefed
showing it
on
exactly.
short-term expectations having moved up
I
quite
try.
a lot for reasons we understand well. But long-term
try.
expectations, you can always find one that's troubling or some aspect of one that's troubling, but ultimately, right through this whole period, the overwhelming majority of the things we look to, including
safe
markets,
story,
including
yeah,
surveys of the public and also of forecasters, they've all been pretty solid on longer-term inflation expectations being right where they need to be, consistent with 2%. So that continues to be the case. We didn't have a lot of conversation about that. I think everyone does agree that we'll be watching those extremely carefully as we see the effects of the price increases come through from the conflict.
And still on
That
how
in
the
connection with
discussion went
tariffs
across the
are gonna be
committee,
absolutely wild.
Before coming to this meeting, there were some members who were like discussing the risks of a slowdown in growth and at a time of where inflation remains high. It really doesn't seem that most members are penciling in a slowdown in growth.
No.
But has there been any discussion of the risks of stagflation at this point?
So people actually wrote up their growth forecast by a tenth, and I think that's probably to do with just growing confidence in productivity. But sorry, and your second question was just
This man is
If there have
tired,
been any
bruh.
discussions about the
He's
risk
so
of
tired.
stagflation scenario.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, there's tension between the two goals, right? The upward risk for inflation and downward risk for employment. So, and that puts us in a different situation. You know, when we use the term stagflation, I always have to point out that was a 1970s term at a time when unemployment was in double figures and inflation was really high and the misery index was super high. Add them together, you get the misery index. And that's not the case right now.
Sounds
We
way
actually
better. Thank
have
you.
unemployment really close to longer run normal. And we have inflation that's, 1 percentage point above that. So calling that stagflation, it's not, I would reserve the term stagflation for, a much more serious set of circumstances. That is not the situation we're in. What we have
Good.
is
I like that
some
answer.
tension between the goals.
May not be true, but I
and
like
we're trying
it.
to manage our way through it. It's a very difficult situation, but it's nothing like what they faced in the 1970s. And I reserve stagflation for that, the word for that period. Maybe that's just me.
Elizabeth. Thanks so much. Elizabeth Schulze with ABC News. President Trump says that oil prices and overall inflation will go down very rapidly as soon as the war ends. Do you agree with that?
I don't have a forecast on that.
Thinking about the impact on American households, as you know, they've been facing these higher prices for years. They've seen an almost $1 increase in gas.
Gonna change in a
How
day,
worried
bruv.
are you about households, especially lower income families, being able to afford those price hikes? And should people be bracing for higher costs, including for food now?
Change in a day, innit?
We don't know how big these effects are going to be, and I don't want to characterize them in any way. Of course, people are already seeing gas prices. Gas prices are up almost $1 a gallon.
Yeah.
We hope that isn't for a long period of time, and of course, people will feel that. But I don't want to speculate about what that
have
might
no
mean.
effect
because,
to inflation,
honestly,
none
that would sound
whatsoever.
like I have some idea of what's actually going to happen, and
No.
I don't think anybody really does. We're going to
Everything's
see
fine.
how this works out, and I just would leave it at that.
It's fine.
Victoria.
Hi, Victoria Guido with Politico.
Baby
I just wanted
stagflation.
to ask, for purposes
Little
of
bit.
the next
Little
meeting,
bit stagflation.
how the Middle East war develops between now and then, how are you thinking about what might guide action at your next meeting? I mean, if we have oil
I did log on to
prices,
your load,
above
but I
$100
see
a
a
barrel
perfect
the
tie.
entire
Yeah, it's not a
time
good
until the
thing.
next meeting, is that going to change your wait and see stance? Like, what would lead you all to move, or are you on hold pretty indefinitely?
We'll have to wait and see. We always say we're going to learn more by the next meeting. And usually we do, but in this case, we're going to learn a lot because we're going to learn 6 weeks to the day till the
Isn't
next
that right,
meeting.
brother?
And
Isn't that
we're gonna
right?
See whether what happens is it's going to be very important for the way the economy looks and the way the outlook evolves with what happens in the Middle East. That's going to be a big factor, and we'll know that then. I don't know how it's going to affect our thinking. I really don't. And we did talk about alternative scenarios a little bit, but it's just I wouldn't bring that in here. It's very
Of course
uncertain.
not. We don't want to
and
scare
I
you.
just want to.
We don't want to
Just
scare
remember
you.
that
We
we don't
just
know,
want you to
and we shouldn't assume
calm
it's
down.
going to be one thing or another. We're gonna see.
Everyone calm down.
So is it a matter of you don't know how the situation itself is going to evolve, or even if things remain as they are, the economy could still remain relatively durable in face of them?
Yeah,
He's
that's
scared,
true too.
bro.
No, I mean, the U.S.
He's
economy
scared.
has just,
Do you not get it?
made it's been strong through a whole bunch of challenges. I mean, if you go back to 2023 when we raised rates a lot in 22 and 23, and close to 100% of economists called for a recession, which didn't happen. In fact, 2023 was a really strong year. So the U.S. economy has really been just just doing pretty well through a lot of significant challenges over the past few years. It's been amazing to see. And I don't know what's going to happen in the next intermeeting cycle, and I don't know what's going to happen in the Middle East. I wouldn't want to speculate.
He doesn't have no testosterone. He's just tired. I did a video about it. Check it out. They posted a video of him before the meeting.
What makes you so certain that tariff-related price increases will be a one-time effect? I don't think we've seen you since the Supreme Court tariff decision, and it's pretty clear that none of us know what the extent of the tariff shock will be as the administration moves to replace some of the tariffs that were overturned. So I suppose I'm curious, what would make you question this certainty that tariffs are going to be a one-time price effect?
Well, I would not at all use the word certain about my views on that. I'm not certain. I'm uncertain. But just if you think about what it is, it's a one-time increase in the price of a good, right? And what inflation is ongoing increases in prices this year, next year, the year after. That's what inflation is. What? It's not a one-time.
Why are you asking me, bro? I don't know what's happening tomorrow.
The public doesn't really focus on that, but that's the difference. And tariffs should be in theory, unless they cause people to start expecting still more tariffs the next year and still more tariffs the next year. They should be a classic one-time thing. People say the same thing traditionally about an energy price spike, because traditionally prices go up and they come back down. And by the time monetary policy would react, it would be over. So I don't have tons of confidence on that. I mean, I think that the theory is probably right. But as usual, the time it takes to get all the way through the economy is just very uncertain. And we found that coming out of COVID, that the inflation did go away, and largely for the reasons we thought it would. But it took 2 years longer than we thought. And so I think we have to be humble about knowing how long it will take for tariffs to go all the way through the economy. And so what we've been doing is, our staff's been doing, it's very interesting. They started off with just an estimate because there wasn't a real history, and then they've built based on the history that they're seeing of tariffs coming through into prices. They can now have an arc, and for all the tariffs, they can say, well, so we have, I think, a slightly more confidence that we will see tariff inflation coming down, not prices, but you won't see further increases, and we should start seeing that more and more in the middle parts of the year. We do expect that. Now, you're also right, though, that the level of tariffs came down fairly meaningfully in the wake of the court decision. But the administration said they're going to get that rate right back up to where it was. So, and we assume that they'll do that over time. So that's how we think about it.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you. Chris Rugaber at Associated Press. You talked about the shortcomings of the SCP in this environment. I wanted to ask about, or throw in an additional thing, which is the fact that it's happening before transition. Is there still some value, perhaps, in the public knowing what other Fed officials are thinking, the ones who will stay on for the rest of the year and beyond? And
you don't want to know,
bro. Handicap your successor in any way?
You really?
Well, just in terms of having a whole committee expressing its views, is that something that locks them in for the rest of the year?
No. We never. The SEP is never. People are more than happy to change their SEP dots. They're no way bound by them. It's your opinion at a moment in time, which can change based on events. Sometimes very quickly. So it never locks people in. People are more than happy to be proven wrong in either direction. And so I just think we do it. And, I mentioned this was a time when it's very hard to do it. During the pandemic, we actually
you should watch my video from yesterday.
But we don't like to do that just because it's hard
to
do.
Put on the
we
screen,
just keep
go and
doing
check it.
it.
It's recorded.
But
very
I just
important.
Would say for this
that stream is one of the most important
I think
things to watch.
It's even more than usual good to take the forecast with a grain of salt, because subject to just very high levels of uncertainty.
You could say that.
Hi, Chair Powell. Brian Chung with NBC News. So you mentioned at the beginning of this conversation that you're well aware of the history of inflation running above target. It seems like that might be what's underpinning the affordability problem that we're hearing a lot about on Main Street. Are there any signs to you that that's impacting the psychology of the consumer, especially given that they're a big driver of overall economic activity?
I'm not sure what that's all about, but I'll tell you what I think and what we see in surveys, and that is, there were big price increases all around the world, by the way, everywhere in countries like the United States had basically the same kind of thing. It was a global inflation coming out of the pandemic, and everywhere people are feeling like real wages have been going up in the United States now for 3 years, roughly.
Let this finish,
but
and then
people
we'll
are not feeling they're not feeling good about it yet, and it will take some years of positive, real earning gains for people to feel good again, we think. But you're right. But when you talk to people, they do feel squeezed, and there are areas where prices are still going up, like insurance. Various different kinds of insurance are getting more and more expensive, and that's just catching up really from inflationary pressures that take a while to get to into the price. So we take it very seriously. We don't dismiss it at all. It's a very real thing from the standpoint of what people are experiencing, and what it does for us is makes us even more committed, if that's possible, to getting inflation back to 2% on a sustained basis.
Yes, all the bad things are going up.
Play into the ability to address affordability?
Well, independence is what allows us to do our jobs, and stable prices is half of our mandate. It's one of our two mandates, the maximum employment being the other. I mean, look at every advanced economy that looks anything like the United States anywhere in the world, in a market economy, in a democracy, and you'll see, pretty much central bank independence that looks a lot like, in some cases, stronger than what we have. But it's critical that we have that so that we can do the things when we need to do them to preserve price stability. And it's an accepted standard practice, and I think has a lot of support, certainly in Congress, which is where our oversight is in Congress. And you see that among Democrats and Republicans in the House and the Senate.
Are we going up? Hey, Joker, how you doing, man? Long time no see.
CBS News. Thanks for doing this. Two questions. One, how high would oil prices and broader inflation have to go, and for how long for the committee to consider hiking rates? And then secondly, diesel prices are rising faster than gas prices.
Yeah.
How concerned are you that the increase in diesel might drive up food and goods prices and lead to broader inflation?
Yeah, I'm not going to give you an example or a specific answer on the first question. We're prepared to do what needs to be done, but I wouldn't want to.
Which is what? Rates, interest rates, maybe?
In terms of diesel
is that what you're willing to do?
So your question there is, are we concerned about it? I mean,
how concerned, and whether or not it will drive up, the cost of food and other goods.
That's the answer. Yes.
So I think it's a more general concern than that. It's diesel prices, because that's transportation of food and things like that. There are just lots of ways that oil and derivatives of oil get into the production and transportation of many, many things. So, and those, there are big effects in headline inflation, but things like that leak into core. Is Powell
going to say the truth?
And the effects may not be as big, but they're quite real, and they're material. So we are aware of that. We're watching it, but we're right at the beginning of this, and we don't know how big we just don't know how big this will be and how long it lasts. It may or may not be something that really makes a big imprint on the U.S. economy. We're just going to have to wait and see.
Thank you.
Archie, for the last question.
Thanks very much. Just to sort of stare into the future for a little bit, I was looking at the longer run bits of the SEP and noticed that the growth estimate had been revised up a good chunk from 1.8 to 2, and the kind of long-term Fed funds rate as well. It'd be great just to hear, is that AI productivity or what's going on there exactly?
Yeah, I think it's just productivity. We actually started seeing meaningfully higher productivity
These are
some
high
years ago,
rates,
4 years ago, 5
my
years
prick
ago.
guy. Look, really, how you doing?
And that's not because of generative AI. We won't know for years what it's really due to, but it could be due to the kind of things that people did during the pandemic to economize and somehow become more productive because there was an incredible labor shortage. But I think economic forecasters are very skeptical of periods of high productivity because they're so rare and they're often revised away. And for many of us, I never thought I'd see this many years of really high productivity, and by the way, expect it to continue.
Trying to dodge every question,
and
basically.
we haven't really started to see the effects of generative AI, and that should certainly contribute to that. So it's quite unusual, and it's this is the higher productivity is the thing that allows incomes to rise over time. And so it's a great thing. Was that your question?
Yeah, no, I was just curious what lay behind that. And just briefly on that as well to finish up, you hear the argument a lot, this is a sort of disinflationary story, and if you believe that productivity thing, that should also weigh down inflation over time, maybe then kind of pull down where rates end up.
Because he knows that the whole market is uncertainty
that's
everywhere.
not how you should think about where the rates
I think you have to be cautious about that, in particular if you're talking about AI, about generative AI. So remember, in the short term, what's happening is we're building data centers everywhere, and that's actually putting pressure on all kinds of goods and services that go into building these things. So that's actually probably pushing inflation up at the margin. In addition, it probably raises the neutral rate. So in the near term, you're not looking at something that would immediately call for lower rates or that would be lowering inflation. Over time, though, sure, it can be if it's expanding potential output, which is what higher productivity does, then it actually can be. But I think it's an empirical question because it's really is the demand growing faster or slower than the supply side?
Question.
And I think we just don't know.
Such a pointless question to this dude. Honestly.
We'll just have to wait and see. Thank you very much.
What a stupid last question that was. What was that about? That was so stupid. Honestly. Dumb question. Anyway. Yeah, it's always a bit of a nothing burger. Don't get me wrong. It's always a bit of a nothing burger, but like, man. He's trying to calm the market down. That's the one thing I'm going to try and say. Even though every answer they asked him, they were like, hey, you think there's this? I don't know. Like, honestly, I feel for this guy, right? I feel for this guy. Because I'm going to show you a picture. Check this picture out, right? This is a picture that was taken of this guy. I just want to show you this. 1 second. I'm going to send it into, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Let me send it to myself, and then I'll show it here. 1 second. I feel for this guy so badly, right? Because his job is virtually impossible. His job is virtually impossible. How does this guy do his job? Anyone? All right, 1 second. 1 second. Let me just do this. Sorry, I'm talking to the press at the moment. They want to do a economy is not doing well. Local businesses are closing and filing for bankruptcy. Everything's fine, guys. His job is impossible. Like, I genuinely, I'm talking to the press. There's apparently a paper that wants to do a press release about me for some reason. I don't know. Am I being exposed? Are they gonna expose me? I'm a bit like, check this photo out. Check this photo out. Look at that man. Look at that man. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna show this on the Tickety Talk. 1 second. I'm gonna add the source. You just need to see this, right? I need to show this to you so you understand what this man is going through. There we go. Just put that in there. Did that work? Did that work? Did that not work? Let me just put it in here. 1 second. Why is it not? Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, all right. I'm gonna put it on the screen, and then I'm gonna remove it. Please work. Yeah. Check out this man. This is a pure representation of his job. This is his pure representation of his job. It's just like, please, Lord, 2 more months. 2 more months, and I don't have to deal with whatever is going on in this world. Every day, it's something different. Every day. How am I supposed to do my job? How am I supposed to do my job? Please, that's a man that is praying. When you have the head of the Fed, right? When he's head of the Fed praying, going, please, Lord, give me strength. Give me strength, Lord. His job is impossible. His job is impossible. Like, how can this guy... Because look, this is the thing I want to explain to everyone. And it's something that should be concreted in people's minds, right? Because everyone blames this dude for everything, right? What he does has effects several months later, right? But if he plans to do something now, 4 months, 6 months down the line, the effect is going to be seen. How can this man... he plans something on the first week of January. Then Trump goes into Venezuela. He goes, all right, okay, we need to adjust this a little. He then adjusts it. And then we go into Iran. Okay, well, and he adjusts it. Then the Strait of Hormuz stops. Okay, and then this, and then this, and then this. So every time he needs to adjust, that's why when you go to these, when we listen to these meetings, he's just like, I don't know. Why are you asking me? I don't know. What do you want from me? What can I do? What do you want from me? I cannot do my job when every day there is some other external shock that I have no control over. Because the thing is, I'll tell you this, right, for everyone to understand. If this man wanted to be popular, right? If this man wanted to be popular, he would just do what's popular. If he wanted to have, like, elections and wins and this, that, and the other, he could just print money. Cut rates, print money. All good. Everything's great. Everyone would be happy, right? But because this guy actually wants to make sure that the everyman, the actual person that is in your, that's actually working, that has 401ks, that has savings, that are just, paying their mortgages and this, that, and the other, and all this kind of stuff, to move away from what the actual problem of inflation will do to you, right? That is why his job is so difficult, because he could do that. He could do that. He could just cut and do everything he wants to. And if you think, oh, he's doing this because he wants to do, have this effect against Donald Trump, he's leaving in 2 months. He's leaving in 2 months. Donald Trump is doing a perfectly fine job of himself trying to mess up his midterm elections. This is the thing that I want to explain to everyone. We are in a spectacular. He's in a very, very difficult job right now, like unbelievable job right now. How do I get rid of this now? Can I get rid of it? Can I get rid of it? Yeah, got rid of it. Okay, cool. So it's in a seriously difficult position this guy is sitting at, right? And that's it. That's the thing we need to talk about. And look, remember when I said to you guys, right? I said to you guys the other day, I said, the closer we get to that elusive 95,000 75,000 Bitcoin, the more we're going to get to a stage where volatility is going to increase, and that is where we are. That is where we are right now. Hello, where have you been? New account? I have not been. It's not my. I was banned for anyway. I don't want to say it. It's against TikTok. Terms of use. I can't say anything. But just something happened that was ridiculous, and my account got banned. Anyway, whatever. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah. So that's that situation. Yeah. So that's where we are. We're in a scenario right now. Where things are, and the thing is, wait, is gold going off a cliff? Oh my lord! Remember when I said to you, literally yesterday, what is the sign you want to be looking at? What is the sign you were looking at? I predicted this yesterday. Bruh, yesterday I said this. No one was talking about it. Everyone's like, well, it was happening. I think it's because, one second, let me let me look at my financial advisor. It's up. We go up. Up, everyone up. I told you guys. I said if you start seeing the VIX start to spike, we know that there is going to be we're going to see a CTA spiraling selling that was going to happen. I said it. Oh my god. I should have more viewers. But, what can I do? Who cares? Doesn't matter. You guys did well from it. People in the Alpha Hunters did really well with it. That short we did, by the way, is world class. It was... Why is it not showing here? But that's the real question. Oh, right. 1 second. That's probably why it's not showing. Aha. Here we go. Yeah, that's why it's not showing. It's like, what? Yeah, look at that short. Whoa, mama. That was an amazing short. Yeah. Anyway. The big short was fire. It was primo. By the way, if anyone's in the Alpha Hunters and want to join the Alpha Hunters Telegram group for all the pro group members, remember, if you go to my question section, there is a process to be able to get onto the alerts on the Telegram as well, so you can see it easier. This thing is it's not good, and we're just getting into full. Whoa, what happened to Anton? This thing is not good. We're in a scenario right now. Where we're seeing some gold doing that, VIX going up, this going off a cliff. That short was late for me. Yeah, well, whatever. That's why if you have it on the Telegram, if you join the Telegram, man, it's all apart for the pro members. And it's Netflix. That one short that we did pays for 5 years of the membership for this thing. 5 years. And people are like, nah, bruv. When will the Bitcoin cycle, bull cycle? When will Bitcoin bull cycle end? October? What? We're in the bear cycle right now, man. I would say, I was going to say May, but now a lot of things are changing drastically. And if you guys, let me see, wait, is it here? If you guys want to see one thing, right? And if there is one live you should watch, if there's one live you should watch and it's recorded, right? Is yesterday's one on here. And I mean it in the nicest possible way, right? It's not an if, it's not a maybe, it's not a, oh, I'll check it out when I need to. It's a watch it after this live, you need to go watch it now. Like, you need to watch it now. There's no choice in the matter. You need to watch it now. It's as simple as that. Do you think the Clarity Act will pass before the midterms? If it doesn't, the chance of it passing is I think they're going to try and pass it, though. I would be surprised if they don't pass it, because where we are at this present moment, what's happening in the markets, there is a clear push towards it passing, and stable coins are like becoming the future of what's going on and everything else. So I think they're going to pass it. I think companies and banks and everything else are all preparing themselves for this thing to pass, right? And this is the thing I want to explain to everyone. Like, we're in a scenario right now where, I mean, look, if you want, look at what's going on to the central bank, mid-side bank ETFs. I mean, I'm telling you now, I don't know what else to say to everyone here, right? If there is one, I stumbled on something yesterday that was so impressive and so eye-openingly shocking. Oh yeah, in fact, let me put that report into the Alpha Hunters group. 1 second. I forgot to do that today. I'm going to put that report into the Alpha Hunters right now. 1 second. I'm going to put that in there right now, so everyone there can actually see it. 1 second. All right, it's going to be in the market analysis section. I'm going to do that right now. In fact, I forgot to do it because I was just busy with meetings after meetings. All right, I'm going to do it now. If you, it's that report will also explain to you, but watch the live from yesterday. You have to. I'm telling you to do it. There's no other way to describe it. You have to do it. 1 second. Where is this? Where did I put this report? Where did I put this report? 1 second. Is it this one? Yeah. All right. Okay. I'll put this into the thing. It's a bit messed up, but all right. Whatever. All right. It's going to be a PDF, so you guys can see it there. I'm going to put it there. There you go. There you go. Put it in there. You guys can check it out, see what it is there, and you can read it after the live. But I would say before that, in fact, I'm actually going to link that live as well. I'm going to link the live so you guys can watch it in there as well, so you can see it and check it out. It's vitally important that you check it out, because what I am saying is coming into fruition, and it is.
You know what you're getting with a wed.
Yeah, right. The Cook report. Yeah, I mean, you guys were there. Come on. You know that was an epiphany moment that I received. I was like, wait 1 second. Can someone explain this to me? What just happened? Let me just copy this. I'll put it in there as well. Again, guys, it's all free for you guys to go look at it. Doesn't cost you guys anything. Because I do it. Because unlike these other people that will the only thing that has a cost to it is someone else's time. That's it. And I can't force people to do what I can do. I'm in a different financial position than them, and they need to get some sort of payment. You know what I mean? I can't do it. I mean, for things like copy trading and all this kind of stuff. What is it about? Go check it out. Go check it out, man. It's gonna take all of 2 seconds of your time to check it out. You know what I mean? Tell me what it is. Tell me what it is. Tell me if it's worth my time to get something for free. That is the TikTok age. Crypto exchanges have been offering yield on stablecoins for years. Why would the banks be scared of deposit fight now if it continues? Yeah, the reason why they're afraid of it at the moment is because the regulations are far less. They're far spoon feed me. Give me everything. I am on my throne. One hand is busy and the other hand is like, busy with other stuff, right? And I don't have both hand typing ability. Just so tell me what it is. I know where I'm watched. I can always tell when someone is leaving the throne because the viewership drops and then comes back again. So I just turn it off for a second while I do my business and then, and then leave. Anything free here? I mean, I feel like I just said that there's a whole bunch of free. There's a whole bunch of free in the Alpha Hunters group. I just put it in there. A report that will explain to you everything, and I'll give you. There's websites there. There's free sources of information. Everything is there. Let's wait for the Crypto King report. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, everyone go. Everyone, if this thing turns up on crypto, if Crypto King, because he's a part of our group, I'm almost certain. I'm almost certain he's there. Because I saw it once when I was doing it. He's there. I'll just join it. We go up. I'm going to have to speak like that now. All right. Okay. We go up or we go down? That's the way I need to TikTokify it, everything. 1999. It is 1999. It is. What's wrong with that? Hey, if Bullhole can get it for a PDF thing that changed my life, right? This will happen for 1999, whatever other people trade for you. In how much a time decision will come? Most of us are from other countries. What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean by that. I commented on that video yesterday. Thank you so much. I appreciate you commenting. I think everyone, I mean, I would appreciate if everyone can comment on it. It doesn't really cost you anything. It's like, you know, just like, hi, great, love it, amazing. That's all I want. I don't want anything else. It's up to you guys. Oh, right. Anyway, I forgot to put it onto X. So, yeah, so, yeah, so the crypto, so you were talking about the stable coins, right? So why they don't like it is because, firstly, it's a massive level of competition for them because it's 10 times easier than the normal banking system. 10 times easier. It's super duper easy, super quick with low cost, and they don't have the red tape to be able to add payment layers for them to make money, right? So it's a huge risk to them. You could send, okay, I can send a undescript amount of money. It could be anything amount of money. 400 quadrillion, bajillion, dajillion amount of funds from here to Timbuktu in 2 seconds. Right? I'm waving. Shut up. Thanks. I'm in the public laboratory at the moment. Lights, right? I can do that, right? It's in 2 seconds. But if I wanted to do that through a traditional bank, it would take 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I know there's no FDIC on stablecoins, but that doesn't really mean much. FDIC will protect you up to a point. The current exposure of mid banks is double the entire account of the FDIC right now. What does that mean? Anything? It means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. See, this is the thing that I want to explain to you. That's their fear. That, and also there is still a little bit less regulations than normal banks. That's why they are rushing to develop their own networks, their own coins, their own everything. This is the thing that I want. Oh, I want to put it into the group. In normal banks, I want to take out 5K. I need to make an appointment and answer 1 million questions. I tried to send, so I want to invest in one of my buddy's things in America, right? It took me half a day to answer all the questions and everything else to be able to send my money that came into my account after I've paid tax on everything else. And the bank is treating me like I am so dumb and so stupid that I cannot send my money to someone else. In the end, I said, forget it. And I sent in cryptocurrency. And I put it on my accounts that I sent it. This is the thing. Yeah, it was Barclays, funny enough. It was Barclays, funny enough. It was. There was a moment I'm just standing in this bank and I'm like, I just want to send my money. I just want to send my money. It's my money. If I want to send my money. Guess how I know? Yeah, you probably went through the pain. There was a moment the bank manager came to me and I'm looking her in the eye. I'm going, it's my money. Am I allowed to send my money? Do I need your permission to send my money? What, to send my money, please? And then he was like, yeah, okay, we can send your money, but they need to go through certain checks before you get to the other side. I'm just like, I just leave it. I'm done. Fine, no problem. Monthly rewrap low. Can we see a sweep lower? There is a possibility chance it could happen, but we'll see. We'll see at the moment. Right now, so I just go back. I hate this Apple thing where it puts the bar on the bottom. There we go. Right now, what we are seeing. Eat. No, I don't want to do that. Just do that. Okay. What we are seeing. This. Get the tickety talk out. Yeah. Let me get this a bit bigger for you guys. This is a major a bearish order block right now. That ain't looking good, brev. And the thing is, right, there it's screaming to test this area. Absolutely screaming. That 70,000 area is screaming. Absolutely screaming to test that area. When yuking. Yeah, we'll see. As I said, it's screaming. If that breaks, we're heading towards the monthly open, man. Yeah, 66. 66. I mean, I told you guys. This is the thing. Anyone who's here who's not following, they really need to follow, right? You guys really need to follow. You need to follow my page to understand what's going on. Thank you so much, Cryptus, for doing that. I don't know what else to do. He just keeps reposting my lives. Now, yeah. So it's screaming to test that area. And this is a look. I mean, if we look at man, gold is really going as well. But he's at a super. That's a major support level. If that breaks, it's. But I want to check something. What's the dollar doing? God. Oh, man. Oh, man. If it passes $100, we're in serious trouble. That's serious trouble level. But on the high point, the Pippin short is doing well. You know when you know when to short, right? This is the signal that when you need to short. When you say to someone, "Hey, look, this is dangerous." It's like, I warned everyone about it. I was like, look, there's a wallet with 90% of the supply on this thing. Like, it's not in a good place. And someone messaged me saying, "Why do you FUD things? Is it because you don't own it?" See that thing there. This is why I warn people. This right here. This right here is the reason why I warn people. I don't do it because I have an alternative notice for something. This right here, the guy who owns 90% of this, right? The 90% of this this coin is making millions from everyone. I mean, he's probably made $1 million from this. Easy. I mean, this is the thing. I'm just here giving everyone 9.99 for one or two for 29.99. No, it's 19.99 for one. One second, let me get this down. All right. Okay, cool. Now, yeah, so that's the thing. So, and also, like, it's wild. It's wild how I saw it. I saw it yesterday, and I was like, look, if this happens, and if gold starts going down, and if this starts going down, I bet you the S&P 500 is going down as well. I bet you anything that the S&P 500 is going down. I don't know if I should talk anymore. I really don't think I should talk anymore. I think people are starting to understand why when I say I'm a 7-figure crypto investor, right? When I say these things, and I'm going to start talking like this because people think that I'm this, that, and the other, right? People are seeing it now, right? I'm just opening it up so everyone can see the, what I do and what's going on. They see the P&Ls and all that kind of stuff. You make it look easy, bro. Draw a line here, another line there. Now we make dollars. Well, it's experience, man. This is the thing. I'm just trying to, and I'm trying to do it for everyone. For such a ridiculous level, right? You know what I mean? Like that small amount that's there, that people are trying to join the pro aspect of it, right? It's only for the other people that are there, not for me. You see what P&Ls I'm doing. I mean, that short, I feel like I want to, like, stop the streaming for a month. But I won't do that because, you guys are my, well, I love doing all this kind of stuff. But that's where I am. Sorry, okay, it's enough of grandstanding and everything else. But anyway, whatever, we'll go from there. But yeah, it's doing exactly the same, just like to stay broke. No, man, I don't say it in that way. Look, everyone has their situations. People, look, this is the thing. People don't like understated in that industry, right? Being understated does nothing. So I'm going to stop being understated. I'm just going to, like, smash it in your face what I do. If that works, it works. If me being vulgar helps you, then yeah, I'll take that hit, no problem. That's the thing I have to say. If I'm gonna need to be vulgar and all this kind of stuff and play fun and all that kind of stuff, we'll go from there. Whatever, it's all cool. Now, cool. What are we doing? My God, by the way, I figured out today, right, that you can see how much that I get from the gifts that you guys give me, right? So I have gotten 106 what is this? 106, what is that, diamonds or whatever it's called. And that equates to, and I want you guys to really, like, brace yourself. I want you guys to really brace yourselves, because this is going to be, for some people, they won't be able to take how much that's worth. I'm just saying, right? But it is the grand sum of 41 cents dollar. Now, don't get too jealous, right? I don't want you guys to understand. I don't want you guys to not go. I don't want you guys to stop flexing. Hey, I'm going to flex, all right? I'm going to sit here, right? I'm going to sit here with my figurines, my Banksy, and my 41 cents in dollars, right? If I didn't know your profit from today's show, I might have some more sympathy. Wow, is that how it is now? All right, okay. So you guys are just feeling sorry for me before. Now you're just like, whatever. What should I give you? Why should I give you a couple of cents? Jog on. Anyway, all right, cool, whatever. Let's just have... Hello, Bitcoin. I'll go. Look, we'll see. At this present moment, it's hard to tell. Like I just told you, we're in extreme volatility at the moment, like extreme volatility. I ain't looking great, man. I don't want to say anything. When he said employment's high, yeah, but the hours worked. I've done a video about it. Everyone here should go and check that video. Honestly, I only got 200 views. I know that TikTok doesn't push accounts after it hasn't been posted for 2 months or 3 months or something, whatever. But I'm just saying, it's really important that you go into my account, press the bell, and watch every single video. When I do these videos, I do it so you guys benefit from it. I mean, all I get is views and stuff. Just follow and all that kind of that aspect. Where am I now? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, let's look at the Bitcoin, where it could go to. I mean, honestly, it's a bit messy. 1 second. Look at that. It's an absolute. Anyway, we could. Should we do some charting on this? 1 second. Let's do some charting on this. So look, I've said many times before, right? I've said many times before. Thank you so much for the follow, user 47373939363625252727. I love your name, man. It's impressive. It's an amazing name that you've created and thought for yourself. It's unique. No one else will be able to copy that, so I appreciate it. The follow. Very unique. Now, yeah, look, I said yesterday that I thought long hard about it. Thanks, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Wait, are you from Lebanon? Is that Lebanese or wait? What flag is that? Lebanon or Iran or no? What is that? That's I don't know. I can't remember. I can't see the graph. Oh, Palestine. All right, cool. Yeah, of course. But that's not the Palestinian. Oh, it is the Palestinian. Awesome. I have really good. I have a lot of Palestinian friends. They're amazing people, and insanely educated. I mean, it's incredible. Like insanely educated. Some of the cleverest people I know are from Palestine. It's incredible. Are you from British Pakistani? Ah, cool. Right. So you're a fellow Brit. Nice, I like it. Man, change your name. It doesn't fit the chat, bro. It goes on to the next page, man. Change your name. Look, so what I would say is this. Like, I mean, I love Palestinians. Some of the most hospitable Arabs. Yeah, they're amazing. I love them as well. Alvarez, what do you think of Bitcoin will go down from here? Look, I'll say this, right? I'm going to say, I want to explain a bit of what happened yesterday. Again, I said to everyone, I'm from India. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. It's the only country I haven't been to is actually mainland India. I've been to like your islands, like Maldives and this, that, and the other. And I've been to Asia and to all those areas there. But I haven't been to India. I've always wanted to go. Now, what I was saying is that I said yesterday that the 75,000 area is going to be extremely important, right? I said it's going to be a battleground. I said that there was going to be a chance that we could go up if we break that area, but we had volatility here and a breakdown. And it's the closer it gets towards the 20th, North Central Island. I've never been to North Central Island. I've never been to everywhere in the world. I've done a lot of traveling in my life, but I haven't been everywhere in the world, right? So we talked about this area aggressive. Now we're coming into a key point, right? So Solana all the way. I mean, Sui, you should have some exposure to Sui as well, in my humble opinion. I have exposure to. I'm gonna have exposure to both, right? There's a few things that I have exposure to, right? But this area here around the 70,500 is extremely important, like unbelievably important, because I suspect the bounce there. Look, because what I see is going to happen. What I see is going to happen is that they're still going to battle around this point here. We have 2 days until we get the Bitcoin options to settle. If you want to know anything about that, go watch my video on the tube. If you want to see where that is, just go there, follow it, because people on the tube actually see a lot more than just go ahead and watch my yesterday's video. It's really, really important. That was a statement. Jesus, oh my God. Anyway, with that 0.1 cent from TT, you get to see the world. Awesome, man. It's amazing. It's still 42 cents. It's 42 cents now. Someone else donated, and it was amazing. It meant so much. I don't know how else I can describe it. I don't know how else I can describe it. This incredible level of 1 cent at a time, 3 cents. Woo! Woo! I'm making money. I'm making money. Woo! Look at that. 43 now. You guys are making me blush. You're making me blush, bruv. Anyway, look. So I think at that point there, we will get a reaction for sure. Now, we are going to see this most probably come and retest these areas again. And I say this to you again, and I'm going to say it what I said yesterday, right? If we can't close above 75 by the 20th, those options are going to expire and we will see a spiral down. And this spiral down, and I mean, at minimum, we'll go and test the top of this band here, right? At worst case scenario, that could be the initial start of the spiral down to the lower levels. Oh, which I have to put into the Alpha Hunters group. I'll put that today. I was being very busy today. And I think at that point there, you'll get a potential generational entry. We'll see. Right now, as I said to everyone yesterday, it's pure volatility that we're sending in, right? And if anyone else has seen the video, because everyone watched his video and not mine, right? It's a quadruple witching event, not triple witching event. You guys, man, what's with these gifts? Oh my God. Oh my God. Am I going to hit $1? I hit $1. Woo! Oh my God. I have to do it. I have to do it. All right. Now I know. Whoa! What is going on? What's happening? I'm at $2 now. Wait, what else can I put on? What else can I put on? Do you guys want to see my statues? Do you want me to explain about what these statues are? How about that? Is it your birthday? It feels like it. TikTok gets off. Quadruple witching event. My car insurance expires on the same day. Put that on your charts. What's 5? Oh! What is happening? I feel like it's my birthday. How? Hey, bull, how you doing? How? Is this the Calvin Hill show? Nah. The Calvin Hill show is like a disc. Seriously? What is happening right now? What is going on? Am I gonna hit the $3 mark? Is it going to happen? Almost seen them on your vid, but still too dark. Yeah, you guys, should I show you one of them? You guys want to see one? You guys want to see I'm poor, just paid Netflix price for a month of pro membership. Otherwise, you'd get more gifts. Oh wow! Thank you so much. Thank you. I know it's a lot. I do ask a lot. Go all in. Take profit now. Oh, $3.50. How am I going to survive? I'm going to message my wife. We're getting takeout tonight. We're getting the fancy Indian tonight. Getting the fancy Indian. All right. Hey, okay. All right, it's getting too much now. All right, I'm messing around. I appreciate that you're giving me all these gifts. Yeah, but yeah, continue. I need to get to 1,000 something to win a goal or something. I don't know, whatever. Extra poppadoms. Oh, don't get me. Don't do that to me, man. I don't know. I'm not extra poppadoms yet. All right, we got the fancy Indian. Do you do shares, anything but crypto? Yeah, so look, in the Alpha Hunters group, I'm cool. Okay, 2 things I'm courting right now, right? Remember the day prophecy. The shares section is coming. It's coming. I'm courting a guy that's he deals with that side, so he's going to be putting trades for shares in there. So hopefully that and gold, right? I also did a deal with the Mexi guys where you can actually trade oil and gold and all this kind of stuff there as well. So if you want to utilize your crypto assets. So that section is coming as well for everyone. Now, I'm trying. Now this is a try. There's no guarantee to this. 0 guarantee to this, right? But I have a friend who is a top 10 Binance trader. It's actually on Binance, right? You can see his name there. And I'm trying to get him to come into our group for only copy trading. That's the only thing, only that, right? I'm trying to get him to come in. His volume is unbelievable. I didn't believe it until he showed me. Like, it's unbelievable. Like the amount the guy that trades, the numbers he trades. I thought I traded a lot, but wow, that he made me look silly. So I'm trying to get him to open up a section there. If we can get him, that I'm definitely raising the price. that is like 10 times the price. There's no way. And everyone who's in now with the price that they have are gonna have one of the most unbelievable rides of their entire life. That's all I'm gonna say. I promise you, I will guaranteed raise it then, because there's just whatever. Wow, man, I got $4 in this live. I don't think I've ever got $4 in my life. I mean, in a life. I have faith in you. You can do it. I'll try my best. Do you guys want to see my statue? This one here? Oh no, man! What is going on, Mano? You're unbelievable. I don't know who you are, but you are out as well. Thank you so much for the gifts. You're making everyone else look silly. Yes, show me. Okay, I'll show you this guy. I have to be careful though. Okay. All right. Okay. This is my little guy. That's my little guy. Do you know what this is? All right. Okay. I'm putting that back. It's recording that, so you need to see what it is. Lucky Bucky, yeah. Oh my God. No, seriously, that means a lot. Manuel, I don't know who you are, but I appreciate it. Great. You don't have to do that at all. It was a lot of fun that you did, but I really appreciate it. If there's any way that I can give that back to you, or any way like that, by all means. My wife has one of those in the bedside drawer. Really, does she? Does she? Did you see how careful I was when I was putting that back? Did you see the care I did to put that back? Are you joking? Wow. Okay, well, if anyone knows what that is, don't know what it is. You can see, I can just see Cryptus going, just a Google search image. Put it through the mainframe. What is this? I don't like that there's a glare on that though. That I don't like. I need to change it somehow. Yeah, so that's it. All right, cool. What are we looking at? What do you want me to look at? It's weird when I show stuff, people just leave. Is my cam on or something? No, I just know you. Just, where is it going in there? Sui, let's have a look at Sui. All right, sure. All right, let's look what Sui's up to. The thing is, Sui is a new token, right? Relatively new token, and it's a VC-led token, so there's going to be a lot of selling on this coin, unfortunately, especially in these times. Do you think we're going up soon? Potentially. There is a really strong support level coming, right? So we definitely could see a bounce from there, and to retest these areas of the 95. Emrod, if you want to understand, because I could go through everything today, but I don't know if everyone wants me to go through that stuff again, right? If you go to, I'll look at Sue in 2 seconds and I'll explain to you about Emerald. I'm just saying for everyone. If you go to here, right, and watch yesterday's live, everything is explained there. Everything. It's one of those lives where you're going to be ahead of everyone else. That's it. Right, let me look at Sui and I'll look at virtuals afterwards. No, but 1 second. Blue Drive. I haven't seen any gift from you, so... I mean, I do like... Okay, I can't do it. Blue Drive is an OG, man. I have to be that person. I can't let someone who's an OG down. Right, let's have a look. Oh my... That's wild. How down Sui is. Oh my... Wow. Wow, that is... I mean, look, I'll say this about Sui, right? I mean, I don't want to say it, but there really could be a chance that this could go down and lose at it could lose 50% of its value from here. But I would say this, right? I'll say this. Yeah, it's 50 cents. Good shout. But I would say this. At this present moment, until we see hello? Why is that not working? Until we see I mean, we have seen the 15-minute break of structure. Eesh. I mean, it's okay. Look, I mean, it's there. It's at make and break, right? That's the SR flip section there. If this breaks, this is gonna nosedive. But it's holding at the moment, so yeah. I mean, it is at its liquidity point here. It needs to hold this area for sure, and it isn't looking. Although I will say this, right? I will say this. Well, give it to me like a man. I don't know what that means, man. I don't know who you are, but always come to my live. You're amazing. Oh my. Oh, you're making me blush. Yeah, it is a course figure. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And what's really cool about that one is that it was given by the man himself. It was given by the guy who designed the things himself. So it's ooh la la, that's not good. So look, technically we have seen a market structure shift on the bullish direction, right? But hello man, Dave, man. But if we close below this area here, the 96.9, oof. But remember, until we see who are you, you know everyone. I've just been around a lot. What's wrong with that? I know a lot of people. People don't believe me, right? This is the funny thing is, right? So a lot of people follow these other creators who somehow have 1,000 people watching them. I don't even know how he got so big on his lives, but I really do. Like, I've been in the industry for a very long time. I've met a lot of people, gone through a lot of things. I was going to show short HPub, but it's a bit late now. We're nuking. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, well, we're going to get full TP on our short, though, which is pretty nice. Do you want me to show you? Nah, I can't show. I don't think I'm allowed to. What's my short doing at the moment? Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to close this short. Should I close it? I feel like I want to take some profit on this short. Wow. Okay, cool. Anyway, whatever. Avalanche looks the same. I think everything's going to look the same. Should I post the P&L in the group Alpha? I don't want to. It's too much. This one's too much. I don't want to like. You said in Alpha on how much you made on it. No, you could pretty much. I mean, I would add about 20 to that right now. Oh, it's going up a bit. Yeah. Yeah, I made a little bit. Yeah. This is what I mean, man. Like, I don't like talking about these things, but yeah, I'm encouraged to learn. I mean, look, this is the thing. See, what a lot of creators will do, right? Oh man, it's going even. I'm glad. If this line breaks, I think that short will be. So let me say it this way. So it'd be, yeah. If it hits the monthly open, I will probably. Isn't the Alvandas on Discord? Yeah. It is a Discord, yeah. If it hits the monthly open, I will probably hit 100. Yeah, on my profit on that. Yeah, that would be a trade. That'd be a huge trade. Yeah, not bad. All right, we're at major support at the moment. This is it. I can't, Nish, I can neither confirm or deny that. But yeah. That's like my annual. I'm going by. I feel it. Make or break. We need more blood on the streets. I don't. Yeah, see, look, we're bouncing exactly. Yeah, we'll see. God, I should have taken. Yeah, we're getting a bounce. I like showing these things like live. See, that this is the thing that I would say is the difference between a lot of creators, right? And a lot of people that have these type of communities. You can just say, I'm not gonna say that, man. I don't. This is not. Look, I don't like to talk. I like to show receipts, right? Everyone in there sees me do it, and then I put it, the P&Ls and the things there for everyone to see. So I'm doing it live with you. A lot of these creators will have these groups where they're not in there. Like there are these other people that do. I mean, I have other people as well. They're really, really amazing traders. And there's KB who's incredible. People know him anyway. He's a really good guy, really great trader, and he does live as well. And it's just, you know what I mean? And I show it there live for everyone. Everyone sees it live. How much is my group? It's free. It's free. There's only like some sections that have a you've sold it enough. I'm just saying it's free. If you but there are some there are certain bits that there's a cost to it. Yeah, it's a group, but it's also not only that. It's also like you get benefits. You get like, for example, what you see, down here. If you look underneath the stream right there on the Mexi, that is the benefit I give you. Because I can't say, oh yeah, look, it's bouncing. Oh, I should have closed it. I've just lost I think I lost about 5K. Yeah, okay, I'll close it, whatever. I'll take the profit. Could this go down more? I mean, look at that. Look at that. I would just want to, like, look. I'm off. How much am I off by? 0.01%. 0.01%. I just meant you really like your vibe. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Well, that's what I was trying to say. Like, and you saw it with this TJR thing, right? You saw it there where he would give you this group and this course and things like that, but he would never be in there. I'm always in there. People can talk to me all the time. All the time. I ain't doing nothing other than that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I lost about. Okay. Oh, well, anyways. It's only 5K, whatever. Oh, God, that was me closing. That was me closing. Was that me closing? Because I pressed close and that happened. Was that me closing? That was wild, man. Well, we'll see. We'll see if it can reclaim this OB, the 70,800 area. Yeah, it could be a possibility, but we need to reclaim it, come back and hold it as support. Right now, this thing's going down. I mean, that's just a bounce from a area of liquidity that you guys saw, like live. I did it live, bruh. I did it live. If only I could get 500 more or more roses, I'd be able to complete my live goal. I guess it's just like one poppadom for dinner today. When do we enter along? Well, I don't know. Look, I mean, where you entered would be been there. That would be your test area. But I would say this, man. Okay, I was messing around, right? I was messing around. But if we come back into this range, which is this is the daily OB, right? And we find that as support, then that could be an area we could long. That would be an area where it would be a good risk to reward. That's what I would say on that side. Yeah, that's what I would say. Oh yeah, by the way, TikTok, I'm being active. Please don't close the live. I'm being active. Panda, you're wild, man. Yeah, absolutely wild. I appreciate, honestly, I appreciate everyone giving their hard-earned cash. I mean, as much as I like to talk about these type of things, right? As much as I like to talk about these type of things, it still makes me feel really weird when I talk about it. I want touch ups. No. No. I won't be doing that. I don't want to break the house down. I'm a big guy. Everyone says I'm short. Do I look short on stream? I'm curious. Does everyone... I mean, I want to poll. Does everyone think that I'm short? Do I look short? How tall are you? I'm curious. How tall? Yeah, you look like a rugby type. I did play rugby, but I'm stand next to the door. I won't be too. How tall do you guys think? Yes, you do. Why do I look short on stream? I guess maybe. I don't know what it is. Thanks, Alan. Thank you so much for the exact height of what. No, I'm 6'4", 6'4", over like 220 pounds. I'm a very big guy. I used to play rugby. I'm a really big guy. I went to the crypto event in London, and everyone was like, "Man, you were seeing your pic with your wife once you were not short. Once you were not short. I'm not short, honestly. Yeah, I'm 6'4", 200. The last time I weighed 210 kilos. I'm 45, 5'4", and 140. Yeah, I'm a big guy. I'm a big guy. It's probably why I look small. I don't know. It's true. I do look small, but I'm like, yeah. Anyway, and my wife ain't that short either. But in that picture, she looks tiny next to me. I don't say it's a funny time. Anyway, whatever. It's all cool. But yeah, okay. Look, cool. What am I looking at? What do you want me to see? Oh. By the way. Sorry, let me just get this out of the. Why is that there? By the way, I told you yesterday that you were going to lower. You said 90K. No, I said that the 75 area is a battleground. If we don't close above it, we will go up. If we close below it, we will go down. Selective hearing doesn't really help when you do it that way. And if you want proof of that, you can go to the alpha hunters and I put the trade there. You good? Is that cool? Is that cool? All right. One more thing, right? So, where is this now? Where is my X? I'm in a big short. Yeah, I'm in a big short as well. I'm in a massive short. I mean, I just closed it, obviously. I mean, you saw the candle there. You saw the candle. Do you guys watch that? Crypto isn't a security malarkey that came out, that speech. Do you guys see that? Where is this now? Where is that speech? I want to watch it. Oh, all of us together. Where did that speech go? Yeah, the SEC clarification for crypto laws. It was one of the most unbelievable things I've ever seen. They basically said that nothing is a security apart from assets that are in the blockchain that are securities. So if they're tokenized securities, then they're securities. But airdrops, meme coins, basically everything is now not classed as a security, which is actually one of the most unbelievably bullish things out there for this market. So I still have like high hopes for this thing to turn around soon. But I will say, like, we have to play within the field of the market structure we're sitting. We have some, oh man. All right, guys, look, I'll say this to you, right? And I'll repeat it from what I said yesterday. 30. There we go. 30 is the oblivion number. Just to be clear. Just to be clear to everyone. That's when we start getting into real scary like I said, 1999 or 1 for 29.99 ever do. Yeah, we confused them into it, brother. Yeah, 30 is when things get very, 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 very scary. We'll see. At this present moment, we're having a nice little bounce from that area, and I mean the exact area, the absolute exact area that I talked about. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes from there. But this could be, if it, as I said, if it does this, if we do like that, we get that reclaim, and we get and especially if it passes that area here, like that would be a long. So around the 71,100 area. If we see something like that, then we see a 15-minute close above this, so full candle 15-minute close above that, that would be a very good area to see where we go forward from there. What is oil looking like? What's oil up to at the moment? One second. I was about to say what. I would say I still think this might come down a little bit more, actually. One second. Have we passed it? Oh, yeah, oil's going to go parabolic. I thought it would come. Did it hit our level? Did it hit the level that I said? One second. Did that hit the level that I said on oil? Oh, man, are you joking? Oh, that is so annoying. I was $1 off. Yeah, crap. Sorry, that's annoying. That didn't hit. Yeah, oil. Look, oil is on verge to go and test at upper levels again, 120 again. And the longer this conflict goes, the longer the worse it's gonna get. What's with QQQ? Oh my god. Oh my god, everything is nosediving. It's unbelievable that I caught it too late though. That's my problem. Did you just put one entry or split 2 to 3 entries? What do you mean on what? Can you show USDT? Yeah, I'll show USDT. I have a split screen. If you want to see the actual big thing, I put one entry. I should have put a double entry, but it was like well, how many? Like 4 or 5 days ago. It's hard to predict the exact area of bounce from that moment. Oh man. Okay, look. All right, look. All right, look. I like to play with the USDT market, USDT dominance, right? That's one of my key indicators of where I think we're going. Let's move this down a little bit, right? In the 50, this is 50 minutes or 30. Yeah, okay. This is the play, right? And I'm gonna make this larger so we can see. So I put in things like this so you guys can see what it is. Do you trade in USD? So I think I can't trade in a pound. No. It's everything's USD. Innuendo bingo tonight. Nothing is in innuendo, right? Nothing is in my innuendo. All right. It's all clean fun here. So I put things like this in the alpha. It's like I say here, like I remember this completely. I was like, look, if we break here, we're gonna have to do it's a massive shorting opportunity. Nothing but shut up, Tyler. Now, where we are right now, until we're seeing a bit of a pullback here. But until we break the 7.551 area, until we get a 15-minute break of structure underneath that, this is short town. We're in full short town, right? This is where we have to sit and where we have to play. Until we get below those levels, then we're not sure on anything. Let's get rid of this stuff. All right. Is there any other tokens you want me to look at? I like to trade Bitcoin and Sol and ETH, right? Those are the areas because they have the most amount of liquidity to them. So you can actually have some play with it. All about the 20th. It's all about the 20th. This is the thing. There's going to be a battleground for this area here. Now, until it's relatively simple here, right? I'll look at total as well. Until we see a shift of that area here. In fact, let's make it longer. Until we see a shift of this area. And look, and I'll explain to you how you understand certain levels are important, right? Do you want me to tell you how you can will we see 40 Bitcoin? Is it? But yes, I think so. 48 possible. Maybe even 40, but 48, I think around that 50, 48 area is definitely possible. Do you guys want to know how you find support levels that are strong? How I was able to say that's a level what we would bounce from. I mean, it's doing almost exactly what I'm saying. It's crazy. Do you know how I knew that would be the pace? Do you guys want me to give you a small little lesson in this live? Yeah, it's really simple. It's super duper simple to understand, right? And it all rolls around the law of three. when you want to find a support level, right? And across different time levels, right? To find a strong support level, you need to find a support level that has 3 consecutive candles in the same direction. So 3, say we're looking for one that's a strong support, right? So we look for an area that has 3 consecutive strong green candles that show that is an area of strength, right? And the more that we have 3 consecutive candles in that area, the stronger that area is. And we have multiple 3 consecutive candles, 3 consecutive candles, right? So we have 3 consecutive candle areas that have tapped this area, 3 consecutive candles. Do we have another one? 3 consecutive candles, right? If you have, the more of those you have, the stronger that area is, and you know that there's going to be an area of bounce from that area. Look at that. If you put along there, I mean, I could have done that, but whatever. I closed my short in the perfect place, right? The more of those you get, the stronger the reaction from that area is. And if you look at this area here, the reason why I'm holding that, let's go back to here. If the more you higher time frames you go and you see those areas of 3 consecutive candles, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? 2 high time frame, 3 consecutive candle areas of support. That is a very strong area of support, and those are areas where you usually see big reactions from, as we're seeing it right now. So you go up. I like to find on the lower time frame and keep going up. And if we're seeing that there are multiple, do you have one on the 1 day? Yeah, look, even on the 1 day, 1, 2, 3 consecutive candles. That is a very strong support area. And if you want to see even more how strong it is, it works in both ways, right? Both ways. If we go to because it doesn't have to be green, but you can also look the other way. You look at this area of support, which is sitting on this line here. 1, 2, 3 down. That's a support. That's a resistance area. It means it's a strong area of control. Again, you look. This one doesn't count. This one doesn't count. 1, 2, 3. Another one. Another super strong. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 areas of support at that level. That is a super strong area of support, and you get violent reactions from that area. Pico, yeah. Those are the things you look for, and once you find those areas, sometimes it can play tricks with your mind, but once you've done it for a long time, the main factor between someone who is looking to find the strategy and someone that knows how to trade is time. This is the biggest lesson I can give all of you guys, right? Anyone that says this strategy is correct, right, is leaving one massive thing out, and that is time, and also fit, right? A strategy is like a boyfriend or girlfriend, right? You might see this person and say, wow, she's amazing. She's my girlfriend material. I would go out with that person. But someone else will look at it and go, yeah, but that's not my type. A strategy is like that. You have to find the strat that works for you personally, that you like, and then you have to stick by it for a year, 2 years. I've been doing this since 2017. That's why when I do these things, it looks like, oh, that's easy, but it's not. It's definitely not easy. It's the biggest lesson I can give everyone here. It's definitely not easy. But once you get it, honestly, once you get it, and you still get it wrong, look, I get it wrong. It's just this is the thing. I get it wrong as well, but I cut it early. That's why my stop losses are so tight. That's why they're so whatever, right? That's why I do it that way, because I don't want to give it enough time for it to maybe come back. I want to be that person where okay, look, and I do these videos as well, so you can check it out. I'll give you a tip, right? This is a tip. One of the tips that I've learned through my experience of trading for such a long time. How you know if a trade is going in the right direction, how you know if what you've done is good, is how quickly that, so if you're saying it's a long, right? How quickly it moves away from that battleground that you've put your order in. And if it stayed away from there for more than 10 minutes, you have an insane trade. And that's a trade that you add to, right? You add to winning trades, and you cut losing trades quickly. This is it. It's not about win rate, it's about win amount. Those are the things you need to understand to really gain a grasp of this stuff. Because a lot of people say, oh, my win rate is like, I don't know, 1,000%. Bro, it's out of 100. Yeah, I know, but I multiply it by 10 in it, bruv, right? Most people will talk like that, but that doesn't mean anything. You could have a 60% lose rate, rate, 60%, but still make more money than someone that has a 60% win rate. I doubled down on losing trades and blow multiple funds at once. We've all been there, man. We've all been there. And this is the thing, look, so right now I gave you a hint of roughly how much I made from this. Did my emotion change at all? Was there any emotional change in the way I did? If, for example, you people who are here had that P&L win on there, would you feel happy about that? Would it make you go, oh my God, this is wow, life-changing, this is incredible? If you feel that, then you're not a trader yet. I love those Hello Trader vids. Yeah. I'm basically giving a free course of years of experience from someone that makes I struggle with trying to move the market instead of letting it come to me and playing what I get. But then come check out the Al Founders, man. There's a lot of free stuff there. There's actually a section where you can put your trades and people will look at it and give you their opinions. I'll give and I'm always there. I'm always there. It's on Discord, but there's a Telegram section for the pro members. I guess I'm the only one that watches. Yeah, you're the only one that watches. No one wants anything for free. They want to pay for it. I might actually put all of those. You know what I'm going to do? What I might do? I think I'm going to do that, right? I'm going to put all of those tips and tricks, right? All of those tips and tricks, behind $5 or something. Because I guess you don't pay for it. You know what I mean? I'll put it behind I don't know, 99 cents or something. So people will be like, what the hell? Oh no, but then people won't watch it. All right, I'll put it $9.99. I think I'm just gonna do a huge recording session of all of these things, and and I don't want to do it in because the thing is that everyone does a course. It really annoys me, right? Courses are such annoying things because it doesn't do anything. It doesn't help you. If the person that's creating that is not going to help you through, it means nothing, right? Because all of what will be taught is nuance as well. You need to learn nuance. And I'm gonna create I don't know, 100 videos, all 2 to 5 minutes long. Not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes long, 5 minutes long, maximum. 5 minutes long of explaining things very quickly and just through experience and just cutting out all of the fluff. Like those videos that I put onto the group, right? That people see. Those videos I put there are years of experience. Years. If you want to access, just go to it's all on my page. Just go to my page and just go. It's banned in my hand. Why? What? 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 Yeah, but you're not 12, right? Yeah, but it's on your phone. How's he gonna know? Lock it and stuff, innit? So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it in that manner, right? And I'll be there in the group. And if anyone wants to ask me questions about anything about what I say, I'll be there to give you the little nuanced tips about it. Because I went through, because I like to large amount of Bitcoin just transferred to exchanges. Yeah, they're going to sell into liquidity. Be careful. Be careful. I've checked out a lot of these so-called, like, you know, people that provide courses that actually have no idea how to trade, right? And they're just so long-winded and so, like, you know what I mean? Like, I gave you a tip or how to find a support level. That took me all of 5 minutes. Why does it have to be a 15-minute video? No, you just need, it needs to be things that you have this library where they're indexed, and you look at it and go, okay, oh, how do I do this? You look at index it, 2-minute video, bum bum bum. All right, cool, I learned it. And the thing is, the more you go through it, it's the more you'll understand how this will work, and you'll get the basics of how it moves forward. And I'll make it like dirt. I've realized now that if there isn't a wall, like some sort of wall before you get to the information, people just don't utilize it. Like, for example, I'll show you this, so you have an understanding of what we're talking about here. Let me just put this here, right? Put that there. I don't want to show anything, right? Can you guys see this? Oh, you can't see this. Oh, you can't see. Oh, I can't show it to you. But on the YouTube, you can see it, right? Here, so you can understand. So you can just see profits. People like going ham on all the stuff, right? Here, right now, this is open for everyone. Absolutely everyone. And I put in things here that, I mean, look, this one here, this website, people would charge you to do that. Can I ask how you learn? Experience. Look, initially, I'll give you an example of how I learned how to do all this kind of stuff, if you guys want to know, right? I was like you guys. Initially, when I wanted to check it out, I learned all these stupid ICT and this and a whole bunch of stuff, right? A whole bunch of stuff. And it just isn't working for me. It doesn't work, right? You get maybe one thing that kind of works, and then you're like, oh, I know exactly what's going on. And then it just doesn't work, right? Again, it doesn't work because I'm losing my mind. And I used to be in banking, and I met up with a trader friend of mine. Like, he's a wild trader friend of mine. Absolute, like, he's an amazing guy, right? I can't say say enough good things about him. Most traders are absolute idiots, but he was a good guy. And he just came up to me and was like, look, he was like, Alvarez, look, you need to understand something. Just keep it simple. Have confluences. Confluences are helpful. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. You need to understand you're playing against people like me that have Bloomberg screens, and we have high frequency terminals with ultra fast gigabit internet. I will know where you're putting your trade. So keep it simple. Go with the flow. Don't try and beat the flow. Ride the flow. Right? He didn't say that. I did that bit. And he was like, learn the basics extremely well. Extremely well. Right? Understand trends and flow, and understand a few other things, which I will teach. There's a few other things that I look at, confluences. And he said to me, do a few things. One is make sure you journal everything. Everything. He goes, this is your homework that you're doing. How do you learn a language? You don't learn a language by watching a video 500,000 times. You do it by writing, by reading, by doing all the things. Treat it like a business. I mean, one of the videos I did was that. You need to treat trading like a business. You don't trade for your business. Trading is your business. So apply it like that. Apply the fundamentals of trade, of running a business into trading. You don't go through emotions. You have to get to that point where if you win $100,000 trade, great. You don't feel anything. You're like, oh yeah, that's cool, right? Initially you will, but after you've done it enough times, and it has to be the other way as well. Good and bad. Good and bad you have to play with. And on top of that, he said, time. Time makes a trader. He goes, being a trader is extremely difficult because people cannot deal with the stress of time. Because as time goes by, you're going to have a lot of losing trades and you're going to have a lot of winning trades. And you're going to get to a stage where you get your own rhythm. And when you get your own rhythm, you will understand how to do it and you'll be more profitable. And anyone that tells you, right, I make 100K in a trade, I'm running around the neighborhood naked like I've won the lottery. That's the thing. Look, I in front of you guys, I closed the trade. You saw it. I mean, that probably wasn't me, but I'm just saying. You saw it, right? You saw it. That was possibly someone's wage a year that I got for. Did you see any emotion change from me at all? Cool. Whatever. That's the mentality that, and that takes time to do that. And if you guys want to be a part of that road, yeah, do it. I'm gonna start doing it from this weekend on. I'm gonna start recording. If anyone has seen those videos, I will do that, but like maybe 2 to 5 minute long videos like that. And I'll explain step by step what you need to do and how you need to journal, what you need to do. I mean, like just so you guys understand, right? I have really bad writing. I still journal. Look, good trade, bad trade. I still journal. Right now, I still do that. I still do it. Anyone who's a good trader will do that. But you'll get to a point where I'm doing it less and less now. But if I've got something really wrong, then yeah, I definitely journal that. I was like, what did I get wrong here? And sometimes, and this is the thing where you will learn the maximum amount of skill, right? Sometimes everything can be perfect, but something can change in the market that will invalidate your trade. You sometimes don't have control over what it is because you're playing with probabilities. Probability is your friend in this game. That's it. Anyway, that's my little bit of a lesson that I gave today. I hope you guys liked it. And I think you guys got your $4.91 worth. $4.91. So I roll, bruh. So I roll. I like to give it cheap. But yeah. You guys like that? Was that? Would you want videos like that where I give experience and knowledge in that manner? Would that be something that's interesting for you guys? I mean, mainly for the people in the pro group, but for anyone else. Just curious, because to me, I don't know how much of a of help that will be, but it will be that with me there, because you don't get that with most. So just leave it to yourself and you just go, what the hell? We listen like grandchildren surrounding around granddad by the fire, sharing wisdom. Don't say that. Wow, that made me feel old. Oh my God. All right. Okay, cool. Whatever. Look, guys, I appreciate it. This was fun, even though time changed for some random reason. So we missed the chat part of the FOMC, but we got some interesting understanding from it. Basically, the takeaway is this. He has no idea. He's like, I don't know. I'm out of here in 2 months, so I'm out of here. And especially with the way he kind of like blew off that little bit of a question where he said, according to the minutes, there were four representatives that want to do a rate hike, and he was like, oh yeah, I wouldn't take too much, and then moved on. And he was like, what? So he's basically saying this, right? If this conflict goes on, they're going to raise rates. That's it. I mean, that's the takeaway from all of the waffle that he did. That's it. That's the only way that everyone can really understand what he's saying. If it goes on, they're raising rates. And it won't matter what anyone else says. But yeah, this is where we are. Okay, cool. And if you want to see yesterday's live, I highly, highly, highly recommend you look at it. Just go here, check it out. You can see that it's all recorded. It's free of charge and everything else like that. All right. Peace, love, affection, all this kind of stuff. If I can get a few like hearts, as I say, as a send off to say thank you very much. I see you, and you guys have been incredible. I genuinely do it for all of you guys. What is it? He just washed his hands clean of his like Pontus. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I mean to everyone, you guys are absolutely incredible. I love you guys all, and I actually genuinely care about my community, unlike a lot of people that use it as a means to, you know. What can we do? All right, guys. I appreciate it. Love, affection, all that kind of stuff. And I'll catch you guys later. All right, take care. Peace, peace, peace. All right, that's off. All right, you YouTube people, you guys are incredible. Yes, that was amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, man, you guys are incredible. As much as I can help you guys, that is what makes me happy, genuinely. All right, peace, love, affection.